Hey Gems, it's Jules Jones, diving into another wild tale from the annals of American history. But this time, honestly, it feels like a straight-up heist on our republic. Grab your favorite mug or coffee or tea, maybe even a snack, because today we're spilling the tea on the history of non-citizen voting in the good old US of A. This story is all about how we started off way too loose with who gets a say in our elections, tightened it up for good reason, and now, well, let's just say certain folks on the left are trying to unravel it all over again to pad their voter rolls with people who shouldn't even be here. Okay, so buckle up. Let's get into it. Picture this. It's the 1700s, colonial America, and we're basically begging white Europeans to come over and help us build this new nation. Back then, voting wasn't some sacred citizen-only club. No, it was more like, hey, if you've got property, you've been here a hot minute, and you're not causing trouble, sure, cast a ballot. As early as 1704, some colonies were letting non-citizen immigrants vote if they met basic residency or land-owning rules. By the time we hit independence in 1776, at least 12 of the original 13 states were cool with it in some form. We're talking up to 40 states and territories over the years allowing alien suffrage. That's the fancy term for letting non-citizens vote in local, state, or even federal elections. Why? Simple. We needed bodies. For westward expansion, farming, building railroads, you name it. States like Pennsylvania would let you vote after just 2 years of residency. And heck, some places even let non-citizens run for local office. It was all about attracting hard-working people to make America great. But spoiler alert, it opened the door to all sorts of shenanigans. Fast forward to the mid-1800s and things start getting messy. Waves of immigrants are pouring in, Irish, Germans, you name it. And suddenly, nativists are like, hold up, this is diluting our votes and letting foreign influences mess with our elections. Fears of fraud, corruption, and even radical ideas sneaking in from Europe had people up in arms. Remember the Alien and Sedition Acts of 1798? That was the Federalists basically saying we're not letting French radicals or anyone else hijack our system. States started clamping down. New Hampshire in 1814, Virginia in 1818, Illinois by 1848. They all banned non-citizen voting to protect election integrity. By 1900, only 11 states were still allowing it. And honestly, good riddance, because who wants outsiders deciding our leaders? Then comes the big turning point. World War I rolls around and xenophobia is at an all-time high. We're talking literacy test, strict registration, and a massive pushback against anything that smells like foreign meddling. By 1926, Arkansas becomes the last state to outlaw it for state elections, and boom, non-citizen voting is donezo nationwide for federal and statewide races. Political scientist Leon Ellsworth nailed it in 1931. The 1928 election was the first in over a century where no alien could vote anywhere. Americans saw this as a win for sovereignty. Finally, only American citizens calling the shots, preserving our republic from outside corruption. But wait, there's more. And this is where it really gets infuriating in modern times. Fast forward to the 1990s, and we've got the Illegal Immigration Reform and Immigrant Responsibility Act of 1996 making non-citizen voting in federal elections a straight-up federal crime. Fines, jail time, deportation, the works. That was supposed to seal the deal, right? Wrong. Under the Biden-Harris administration, with their open border policies letting in millions of illegals, conservatives are sounding the alarm that this is all part of a plan to let non-citizens vote and swing elections. Think about it. No proof of citizenship requirements in some states. Motor voter laws automatically registering people at the DMV without checks in sanctuary cities, turning a blind eye every single time. A 2014 study suggested non-citizen voting might have even tipped the 2008 election, and while libs love to debunk it, the Heritage Foundation has documented cases of fraud going back decades. House Republicans like Darrell Issa and Matt Gaetz held hearings on this exact non-citizen voting crisis tied to the border mess, warning it's happening right now. From a conservative lens, this whole history screams one thing. We learned the hard way that letting non-citizens vote erodes our democracy, invites fraud, and hands power to people with no skin in the game as true Americans. Now with Dems pushing for amnesty and no voter ID, it's like they're trying to rewind the clock to steal our voice. Okay, so what do you think, Gems? Is this the biggest threat to our elections or what? Drop your thoughts below. This is Jules Jones. Grab a cup of tea and settle in as we begin a political rendezvous.